evening. Today, we touch on a rather sensitive subject. Thought-provoking, if you'd want to call it. In a society that is constantly evolving, the family dynamics are equally adjusting by the day. So men have actually registered their dismay on the rising requests from women asking them to father their children. What makes it even tougher, or perhaps the situation to stand out, is that these women are seeking to raise their children on their own without a traditional romantic or co-parenting arrangement. Just why is this so common? To the Point asks that tonight. My name is Linda Alela. Welcome on board. Before we get to that conversation, let's begin the broadcast at TV47 Weekend Edition right now. Of importance, the news. Tonight, a severed human head was this afternoon recovered by crime scene investigators in Kiamba Dam, Kambui County, after a tip-off from locals. This as the Anglican Church weighs in on the investigations into the recent spate of murders targeting women.
And I know the DCI can be able to investigate and know the movements of these people who are doing these atrocities.
Elsewhere, chaos erupted at a church in Pokot as members of Redeemed Gospel Church accused their pastor of actions irredeemable.
Kipata pastor mwenye anakuja hajali washirika. Kazi yake ni kufukuza washirika, anasema ati hana neema.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Our sign language interpreter is Rhoda Nyamai. As always, the hashtag to the point as well, the hashtag TV47 Weekend Edition. We'll be looking at your comments as we continue with the broadcast. Now, a human head was this afternoon recovered by crime scene investigators in Kiamba Dam, that is in Kambui County, after a tipo from village members of the county. The yet unidentified head was taken away for further investigations at a time when police are working to resolve the mystery of the death of the slain university student. That is Rita Waedi. Kiamba OCPD Pius Monthi confirmed the incident and revealed that the head was wrapped with a blouse and a stone that was meant to make it sink. It was later taken to city mortuary awaiting forensic investigations.
Nimeona kichwa ya msichana, kichwa ilikuwa imewekwa karatasi. Hiyo kichwa hata si ya hapa. Juu hata watu wenye wako hapa hawajaitabua vizuri ati ni ya huko. Hii kichwa ni kama imeletwa kutoka mbali. Changamoto tuko nayo hapa ni security, hakuna security. Hii kama hii dam hakuna, inafaa ikuwe imeangalia vizuri, ikuwe na fence mzuri na iangaliwe juu hata kuna vijana wanakujanga kuswim, haina security ile mzuri.
Tukakuta kichwa imewekwa kwa bag. Hatujui kichwa ilikuwa inatoka wapi. Na hii njia ni mbaya sana. Si mnaona vile inakaa. Hii njia watoto wakikuja, hata pengine kuna watu wanakuja hapa uji. Wakiona ukipita hivi wanatokea kwa barabara. Wanakukibiza. Pengine ilitenganizwa na mwili kakuja kutupwa hapa. Juu kuna mwaka hiyo ingine kuna mtu alikuwa ameletwa hapa. Alikuwa hana nguo, alikuwa ametupwa pale juu. Na hakuna kitendo kilifanyika.
Further investigation at the scene, we found that indeed it was a female human head that was decomposing. It was wrapped in a purple blouse, and in it also we found a stone. I believe that one was put there so that it can sink.
All right, reports indicating worsening diplomatic ties between Kenya and its neighbors have been rubbished, of course, by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, speaking Sunday as he escorted President Ruto to a Teso Church service. Mudavadi urged the media to cease what he called distortion of facts regarding Kenya's relations with her neighbors in the East African community. These remarks follow a recent spat between Kenya and Tanzania over aviation rights for both Kenya Airways and Tanzania Airways. That was resolved after the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and his Tanzanian counterpart, the Foreign Minister Makamba, had talks.
Tafadhali, Kenya is not at war with any of its neighbors. In fact, Mheshimiwa Rais is on the front line kuleta amani katika eneo hii. Mataifa yanayumba yanapigana, na rais wetu William Samoei Ruto yuko kwa mstari wa mbele kuhakikisha kwamba amani inarejea katika hizi mataifa, kwa sababu vita kule vitanyemelea hapa. Kwa hivyo nataka niombe tu wale ambao wanaandika, kwa sababu tulikuwa pahali tukaona wanasema kuna vita imetokea hapa, kuna kasoro hapa, kuna kasoro hapa. Please media, there is no problem with our neighbors insofar as Kenya is concerned, and if there are any issues, they are normally solved diplomatically.
And political leaders from Mount Kenya who are affiliated with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua have urged their counterparts to put aside their political differences as the region's economic growth is at stake. These leaders argue that an unstable political environment in the Mount Kenya region will lead to poor economic performance for the region. Here is our reporter Chichi Josephine with more.
Honor to have our Deputy President.
Led by Kiamba Senator Karungu Thangwa, the leaders rubbished the ongoing Mount Kenya region kingpin debate as they unanimously vowed to support Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua.
Sisi tunasema Murang'a, they had their presidential candidate in 2013. Peter Kenneth walimchagua. 2017, 2022 walikuwa na Mwangi wao wa Iria. Walimuunga mkono. Sisi tunakusupport na wewe, you are our de facto leader.
The team condemned those political leaders who are allegedly trying to split the region for self-gain, citing the economy as a major casualty of the infighting.
Tumekuwa tukikimbizana sana kama watu wa eneo la Mount Kenya. Tafadhalini, tuko na viongozi ambao tumepatia nafasi. Tafadhalini, let us give them a chance so that they can be able to harvest for our region.
Let us respect the leader that is at the topmost, and let us give him peace. And it is very early to start those premature politics. Let us stand together. Let us stand behind Rigiji, and that's the only way we can win this battle and get progress in our economic intended achievement.
On his side, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua enforced the call upon leaders of the mountain to remain united and shun divisive politics.
Whoever has any scheme to divide this region should know that the people of this region are very intelligent people. Hivi tunaendelea, watu hii wanaelewa ni nini? And nobody can divide this region.
People of Mount Kenya, I'm telling you that we have to speak in one voice. We have to rally behind one leader who is Rigathi Gachagua.
Gachagua called upon all political elected leaders to promote the economic transformation agenda of the Kenya Kwanza government, which he says has good plans for tea, coffee and dairy farmers in the region, especially in the area of minimum guaranteed returns, among other gains.
This region is united behind President William Ruto. Hatutaki mambo mingi. What the people wanataka ni mambo ya barabara, mambo ya kahawa, mambo ya majani chai, mambo ya maziwa, mambo ya biashara na mambo ya usalama. Na watu wetu wakipata usalama, watu wetu ni watu ya biashara.
Chichi Josephine, TV47.
And the chaos erupted or ensued at Redeemed Gospel Church in West Pokot County Sunday after a quarrel broke out between two groups, resulting in a violent exchange that only subsided after police swooped in to calm the situation. The bone of contention was the accusation by one of the groups that the church's new leadership is mismanaging the church development project funds.
This was the situation at Redeemed Gospel Church in Chepareria area, West Pokot County. Law enforcement officers were forced to intervene after chaos ensued between two groups at the church. According to one of the groups, the change in the church's leadership has not been as good as the rest.
Kipata pasta mwenye anakuja hajali washirika. Kazi yake ni kufukuza washirika. Anasema ati hana neema ya kufuata watu. Ati ukienda enda. Huyo ni pasta wa aina gani? Tumechoka. Watu wamelia, watu wamechoka. Imefika mahali tumedecide tunataka pasta mwingine.
This group is also accusing the leadership for the mismanagement of the church's development project funds.
Kwa mchungaji, unaenda kumwambia niko na shida, nilikuwa nahitaji kanisa isimame na mimi. Pastor anakuambia ati tukisimama na wewe wengine watazoea waanze kukuja. Huyo ni pastor gani? Ushirika tuko hapa kama ndugu na dada kwa sababu ya support ya wengine. Lakini kama hakuna support kwa kanisa, tutaenda kutafuta support wapi? Hakuna.
The angry congregants also accused senior pastor Timothy Siamoe for conducting the church's operations with bias.
Tumesema kwa kauli moja kwamba wewe Timothy, tafadhali kama uko na roho ya uhitaji ya huduma, tunakuambia kwamba enda anzia huko nyumbani. Sio hapa. Hapa ni kwa watu wengine.
Zainab Mohammed, TV47.
And from that story, President William Ruto has called out school heads over harassment of parents over school fees. The president was speaking in Busia County on a day that saw former Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong announce that he has ditched ODM and joined UDA, as George Maringa details.
A day after attending the inauguration of DRC President Felix Tshisekedi into his second term, President William Ruto landed at Machakusi Primary School grounds in Teso, Busia County. His diary included an interdenominational prayer service as well as launching development projects before addressing rallies in Malaba and Angurai. Ruto fired a warning shot to school heads.
Na mimi nataka niwaulize wazazi. Kuna viongozi wengine wa haya mashule wanaenda kule wanamwambia mzazi ati pesa ya serikali haijafika, wewe lipa. Sasa msikie kutoka kwangu. Kwa sababu hawa watu watawachana na hiyo tabia mbaya.
He was also quick to castigate those he said are against the government's Social Health Insurance Fund program.
Na mimi nawauliza, jameni, wale wenzetu kama mimi na wengine ambao tuko na bima, comprehensive insurance cover, tusipange njama ya kuzuia ati hao watu wadogo wasipate bima yao ambayo inatoshana na mfuko yao, ama wale hawana tusiwalipie.
The head of state on his tour of Busia County was accompanied by other elected leaders, including National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula. It is on this trip that immediate former Busia Governor Sospita Ojamong announced a change in his political path. Long known to be an ODM stalwart in the region, the former governor has now ditched the opposition outfit for UDA.
Lazima tuketi pamoja tujenge nchi yetu. Lazima tuketi pamoja tushughulikie wananchi. Lazima tuwape wote ambao wamepata nafasi, akiwa MCA, akiwa governor, akiwa mbunge, akiwa rais wa nchi, nafasi ya kuwafanyia watu kazi.
Wateso mbeleni walikuwa ni watu ambaye walikuwa wanapenda na wanajua serikali ni gani. Sisi jamii ya Wabukusu ndio tukua tu opposition tukiopose. Lakini vindu vichenjanga.
Tuko Kenya ni demokrasia. Kuna wakati wa kila kitu. Kuna wakati wa kufanya siasa ya kuchaguliwa, na kuna time pia ya kusema wale wamepewa nafasi wapewe nafasi ya kutosha kuweza kufanya hiyo kazi. Wakati ukifika, wananchi watawauliza maswali.
Na kuambia rais, hapa Teso ni kwako nyumbani. Umeanza na sisi mbali sana na hujawahi tuatilia. Hata wakati tuliteleza, unajua mtoto anaweza akateleza, lakini akirudi kuomba msamaha unamkumbatia. Hawa wananchi wa Teso wamesema wamerudi kwa serikali na watatembea na wewe.
The visit was a promise Ruto made in May last year when he attended an interdenominational prayer meeting at Busia Stadium, where he said he would return to Busia in early 2024 to launch strategic development projects. George Maringa, TV47.
Anglican Church of Kenya Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit is calling for swifter investigations into the recent rise of killings that have involved young women as victims. Archbishop Ole Sapit further calling on the authorities to strike hard at the culprits in order to send a message, sentiments that were echoed by Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei.
Airbnb murders, a term that has hit headlines in the country of late. Rita Waeni, a university student, being the most recent casualty. And as police continue investigating into the matter, clergy leaders in the country are now calling for faster efforts to find the perpetrators and tough measures against the perpetrators. Speaking during the consecration and dedication of newly constructed St. John's ACK Church Kiminda in Nandi County, Anglican Church Archbishop Jackson Ole Sapit condemned the killings and the gospel in the society that allow such things to happen.
If there are areas that are known and are prone to some of these practices, the government should follow it up. And I know the DCI can be able to investigate and know the movements of these people who are doing these atrocities. And for those who are apprehended, we call for tough measures that they will never return to society. We call for life imprisonment and any other tough measure so that these people are never let out to mingle with our children.
Ukiona mtu anachukua msichana yenyewe kwa hizo vyumba na kumuua, hiyo inaitwa premeditated murder. Hiyo mtu should be charged with first degree murder. Kwa sababu huyo ni mtu amepanga kuua mtu, kwa sababu umeenda kuweka mtu, unaua msichana mdogo wa miaka kidogo, familia yake wanahangaika, watu wanalia, na wasichana walikuwa na matumaini hapo kesho. In fact, what we should propose, mimi sijui, hao watu wapigwe risasi, wakiomba msamaha tukutane kwa Mwenyezi Mungu, waende waombe huko msamaha.
Murang'a Women Representative Betty Maina on her part has urged parents to advise their children and teach them to live within their means and to be careful when navigating the internet.
Mwambie wasichana wetu lazima they live according to their own means. Waache kudanganywa na wanaume ili wapewe pesa. Waache kupatana na watu kwa dating site za social media, Facebook na WhatsApp. Wanaingia box alafu wanaenda wanauliwa.
Wanji Sustin, TV47.
Now, Turkana leaders led by Governor Jeremiah Lemurukai met with the chief advisor on defense issues in the office of President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, to discuss peace mission between the Turkana community of Kenya and Karamoja of Uganda. And as our reporter from Turkana, Kitio Mika Masai reports, leaders have agreed to pay compensation to the family of 5 Ugandan geologists who were killed by poachers from Turkana.
Permanent peace talks on the Kenya-Uganda border between the Turkana community from Kenya and the Karamoja of Uganda have not yet been found, harder struggling in search of pasture and water. Turkana leaders led by Governor Jeremiah Lemurukai have met with the chief advisor of the defense ministry in the office of Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, Salim Saleh, and discussed peace strategies between Kenya and Uganda.
Since time immemorial, the Turkana have been coming to grace in Uganda because in half of the year that place is dry. No rains, no water.
So we are negotiating a procedure where even the entry of people from that particular end back into Uganda, and even when they are exiting, there should be some amicable way and a well-designed route.
In the meeting, Turkana leaders have agreed to pay compensation to the family of 5 geologists who were killed by poachers while pleading with the President Museveni to release 45 prisoners arrested by the Ugandan Army UPDF for allegedly possessing illegal weapons in the territory of Uganda.
Our talks didn't stop. Everybody was very sorry. Kenya government is sorry. Kenyan authorities at the border are very sorry. Turkana community accepted to compensate those geologists and the soldiers' families 50 cows each family. And they are already collecting about 250.
The business situation at the border has deteriorated, the leader saying this is caused by lack of security between the two communities.
As governor, I've always longed to see a scenario where the Atekere people who speak like the same language.
The problem between Karamoja and the Turkana is what they call seasonal conflicts.
We want our two governments, through the spirit of East African community, to really handle this delicate issue so urgently.
Governor Lomrukai has praised the reception they received in Uganda, while General Salim Salehe is expected to lead another peace meeting to discuss the way forward on the release of 45 Kenyans detained in Uganda.
We are very happy with the reception we got from Gulu, from the General, and they are promising actually to handle these particular matters, and us from Turkana also are saying we must play our part.
Kiti Omika, TV47, Gulu City in Uganda.
Residents of Tiekuni village in Deya, Kiambu County are counting losses after heavy downpour with strong winds that caused massive destruction in their homes. All across the area, roofs were blown away, leaving some families without shelter. Farmers and businessmen are counting losses after the entire crop fields were wiped out and business premises smashed. A large part of Deya area was left in the without power after electric poles and wires were destroyed. Area MCA Nelson Munga called upon county government to hasten support for the affected families, further calling for a special package since the expected harvest from the farms has been destroyed.
Imeweza kubebwa na upepo ambapo imekuwa mkali sana, yenye imeng'oa mpaka mabati na roof ya manyumba, na sio hapa peke yake, ni kila mahali ambapo upepo umepitia. Ukiangalia kutoka kule kwa barabara, zile miti zote upepo umeweza kung'oa. Meteorological department waweze kuwa wakituelezea kwa kina na kinaubaga kwa haswa ni nini kinachoendelea. Na ya mwisho ni kuomba serikali yetu kuu pamoja na serikali yetu ya county inapoongozwa na gavana wetu His Excellency Kimani wa Matangi, ya kwamba zile mahindi nyingi ambapo ulikuwa umetupatia sasa zimeweza kubebwa na mvua, na tunakuomba haraka iwezekanavyo. Hizi familia zote zimeshakuwa affected pamoja na wale wafanyikazi pale kwa barabara. Hizi familia zote hata leo hatujui wataweza kulala wapi. Tunawaomba wale wote wanaweza kutusaidia, tuweze kusaidia hizi familia, mabati, mbao na kila kitu, tuweze kushikilia hii familia ili iweze kurudi vile ilivyo.
Imevunjika na watoto walikuwa kwa nyumba, kutoka nikaanza kuangalia mabati hakuna, hata tumepata tu mabati kama 2 lakini nyingine imeenda. So tunaomba usaidizi, mtusaidie.
Kubwa kulingana na ile upepo ilikuja tu kwa ghafla. Tumeona tu upepo imekuja, tukaona mahindi sasa, mahindi imelala, imetuharibia mahindi. Tunaona miti inakatika, miti ingine inang'oreka mpaka na nini na mizizi.
The residents who live near Moi Game Reserve wants the government to fast-track the land adjudication process in order for them to receive value from the nearby game reserve. This comes as the process of land adjudication continues in the entire Kerio Valley. Local leaders revealed that the agreement between the Moi Game Reserve and the Kenya Wildlife Service and the community expired in 2022, leading to the renewed calls for better value to the community. On their part, the Elgeyo-Marakwet County government has assured residents that the matter will be resolved.
Is for Jabaror, Irong, Setek and Geo Clans Association. We had 2 major issues. We had 2 major agenda to be discussed. And that was to do with the land adjudication, because this area has not been surveyed. So it is still under the county government, holding it as trustees of the community. Number 2, we also want to discuss the degradation and rehabilitation of this area, because so far, if you can see, the land is almost bare.
Kuna vijana wameanza ku-harvest sand huko ndani huko kwa game reserve. Kuna jamii zingine wametoka neighboring county wameanza kuingia pale na kuanza kupieka, wamekata miti huko na wameanza makao na pia kulima. Tungeomba kaunti yetu wachukue hatua na waweze kuweka sekenge mpaka yetu ya community yetu na game reserve, na watu watolewe kwa maana wamemaliza miti, wametoa michanga ambayo shamba yetu erosion itaweza kufloat kwa shamba yetu.
Tumekubaliana kwamba hii chambo tutaichukua kwa assembly. Mimi mwenyewe nitatoa hiyo motion, tujadiliane kwa nyumba, itoke kama imekuwa kila mmoja tumediscuss.
Well, and in business, as Kenya joins the world in coming up with eco-friendly products, youth in Mombasa who do eggs and smokies vending business have benefited by the invention of an environmentally friendly vending trolley. This is an initiative by Sote Hub, which has been supporting SMEs to come up with sustainability products that will see the country joining an increasingly global frenzy to combat climate change. Speaking in Mombasa County during the launch of Kuza Eco Heat, Faith Sami, who is one of the main beneficiaries, has lauded the move as charcoal smoke has been affecting her health. Charcoal price has also made the youth make a lot of losses, and the shift to a rechargeable trolley will see them make a lot of profit. The business has also been unattractive as a result of the smoke and rust, leading to most customers terming it as unhygienic. The trolley comes with a rechargeable battery that lasts for more than 8 hours.
Smoky and eggs vendors, they usually use charcoal to cook or warm their smokies, and this not only has side effects to their health but also to the environment. So with this EcoHeat solution, it's a revolutionary solution to eliminate the need for charcoal and also to enable the small-scale businesses, especially these who are involved in the smoky vending business, to have access to a clean cooking solution, which is mobile, giving them access to better markets. And this, of course, will end up giving them better income at the end of the day. So with this solution, they're able to save the cost of charcoal. They are also able to double their income because the design of the product itself is able to provide an appealing site for even the visitors or the people who are coming to buy smokies from the vendors.
I can use it to charge my phone. Simu yangu haiendi off, like kama vile customer anakuja anakuambia I want to pay with M-Pesa. Then akishalipa anakuambia umepata message, my phone is off. Anaanza kukutukana. Alafu hiyo moshi ukiwasha pengine uanze kusneeze. After hapo ilo ukieka ndani ya trolley, hiyo moshi unaanza kutoka. The moment umepata customer anakuuliza mbona kuna moshi, vitu zako zinanuka moshi, it's like alafu pia ile trolley venye inakaa, yani it's like wewe pia uko mchafu kivyako.
Now, the youth across the country have been urged to exploit opportunities in the digital workspace as an alternative to employment so as to beat joblessness. And investors in the digital world of our company have said that the youth, especially in university and college, must be tech savvy so as to earn good money from the space. Led by businessman J.J. Titus, the investors pointed out the country is currently grappling with an employment crisis, with the youth being the major victims. Speaking during the launch of the ACN Coin, a cryptocurrency platform in Thika Town, the businessman noted that majority of youth in the country have digital skills like digital marketing, virtual assistants, data entry and transcription, among others, that give them an upper hand and a competitive edge in the digital job market.
If you check Nigeria, 2 weeks ago, they allowed the cryptocurrency. They launched their own coin, the government coin. So what I can advise government, right now we are struggling with our shilling. Our shilling is deteriorating completely. With cryptocurrency, we can raise our shilling. We can make our shilling be strong. How? This is how we can make it. We come up with a system, which already we are developing a system, where people, they can trade cryptocurrency. When we allow these people, they come with the money in our country. there will be enough circulation of our currency, and so many people, they will want to bring their money in Kenya because the government already has accepted the cryptocurrency. And this one, when all the people, they want to come with the Kenya, our shilling is going, demand is going to go high. And this one is going to improve, it's going to strengthen the shilling of our country.
No jobs right now. It's not 100% a guarantee, but it's not a total guarantee that if you graduate now, you'll get a job in your profession. And most young people are getting into things like drugs, depression, because they don't know, how can I make money?
Well, it is now time that TV47 Weekend Edition takes a short break. Remember, we'll be coming back with that very crucial conversation as to just why, ladies are getting into a space where they perhaps just want to get men further their children, yet they do not want them to be anywhere, or perhaps close to the children, or even, be parts of their growth and all that. Just what informs this? And also, we'll be having the sports stories shortly.
Wanasema wasemao kuwa elimu ni bahari haishi kwa kuchotwa. Wakati mwingi natangamana na wanafunzi madarasani, sio kama mwalimu bali kama nahodha kwenye kipindi cha tasnia ya elimu. Na iwapo utanikosa madarasani, basi utanipata nyanjani nikisaka habari zenye usawa, ufasaha na ukweli. Na iwapo utanikosa nyanjani, bila shaka utanipata studioni, hapa nikisoma habari na kuendesha mijadala mikomavu. Mimi ni Andrin Kilemi, mpenzi wa lugha ya Kiswahili na elimu kwa jumla.
They say